Students run for cover as Black River High School got stoned by mob. Warmington said he was fired by Andrew, and a man shot to death in Franklyn Town. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Parish Council election has now moved from 7-6 in favor of the JLP to 7-7 for both PNP and JLP in a dead heat. And this is after the deputy mayor of the Kingston and St. Andrew municipality left the JLP and now became an independent, breaking the tie from 2020 to 2019 in favor of the PNP. Winston Ennis, the former deputy mayor, said he felt disrespected and was encouraged by his family to leave the party. And following several shifting counts, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica on Saturday said that the JLP was victorious in St. Thomas, Portland, Clarendon, St. James, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, and St. Anne, while the PNP was victorious in Westmoreland, Hanover, St. Mary, St. Catherine, Manchester, and Portmore, and now Kingston and St. Andrew, which makes it 7-7 apiece. And this makes it a dead heat. Meanwhile, embattled Member of Parliament Everett Warmington has rejected the statement from the office of the Prime Minister that he resigned from the cabinet. In an interview with TVJ News yesterday, Mr. Warmington said he was fired by Prime Minister Andrew Holness over his controversial comments last week, where he threatened to withhold funds from a PNP councillor. He said the Prime Minister told him that because of civil society, he couldn't keep him. But at the same time, he said he asked me to go in the field to work for the party for his next election. The question I ask, if civil society can't accept me as part of his cabinet, how then civil society will accept me working in the field to elect him again as Prime Minister? Rebutting the suggestion that the Prime Minister's hands may have been tied due to mounting pressure, Mr. Warmington reported, "I saw no chains or rope on his hand." And when asked why he made a controversial comment about not channeling state funds to the PNP councillor in his St. Catherine Southwestern constituency, he replied, "Because it's my mouth, I don't pay license on my mouth." Yep, that's the Member of Parliament and someone who is considered a leader that children should look up to. Meanwhile, a call is being made for Jamaicans to reject any assertion that lotto scamming is a sophisticated Robin Hood enterprise, as it can have damaging effects on the island's economy. And the call was made by Deputy Prime Minister and National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, as he revealed that nearly 100 Jamaicans are wanted for extradition to the U.S. in relation to lotto scamming-related crimes. Chang's comment on the matter emerged as a result of former People's National Party caretaker candidate for North Trelawney, Dennis Meadows, said he had no problem with choppers, a local term used for lotto scammers. Further, Meadows was of the view that chopping or scamming is a form of remuneration for slavery, an opinion which is similar to that of some lotto scammers who link their illicit practice to a form of Robin Hood type endeavor. In real life, Robin Hood is often portrayed as a legendary heroic outlaw who stole from the rich and then gave to the poor. The St. James Police recovered two high-powered weapons during an early morning targeted operation in Central Avenue in Flanker. A suppressor or a silencer was also recovered during the operation. Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, head of the St. James Police, said at 5:30 to 8:30 a.m. the police conducted a raid on the home of Peter Johnson, otherwise called Jollo, the man who was fatally shot during a reported confrontation with the police on February 26. SSP Ellis said that since the fatal shooting of Johnson on February 26, several members of the security forces who have been on duty have received death threats. Johnson was linked to several serious crimes, including murders and shootings in St. James, and the 20-year-old was reportedly on his way to vote in the local government election at Flanker Primary and Infant School on Kodak Drive when he was shot dead by members of the security forces. The St. Elizabeth police have now launched a search for several men who stoned the Black River High School on Tuesday morning, causing panic among students, parents, and the school administration. Reports are that sometime after 9 a.m., a group of students got into a brawl on the school compound, and it's reported that one of the students left and returned with a group of men from the nearby Newtown community. The men were prevented from entering the facility by security personnel, but the men began stoning the school, causing panic and forcing frightened students to run for cover. The police were called, but the men fled the scene. A police officer now said that the police have identified some of the perpetrators and have launched a search for them. A man is dead following a gun attack on Albert Street in Franklyn Town, Kingston yesterday morning. The deceased has been identified as Maurice Drummond. Reports are that Drummond went to a business establishment to purchase a phone card, and upon leaving, he was attacked by men traveling on a motorcycle who shot him several times. The attackers then managed to escape following the incident. A shopkeeper in Manchester is now facing a wounded with intent charge after he used a machete and chopped another man who accidentally hit his vehicle with a stone. The shopkeeper, 53-year-old Sashma Green of a Waltham address, was arrested and charged following the incident in Bonita Heights last Thursday. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 4 a.m., a man and his girlfriend had a dispute during which he threw a stone that the police said accidentally hit Green's vehicle. Green reportedly went to make a formal report to the police, then returned to the location and allegedly inflicted several chop wounds to the man. The injured man was taken to hospital for treatment, and Green was subsequently arrested and charged by the police. Onto sports, Edwin Allen, Theana Lee Terrelong, and the elite performance track club Giovanni Dunkley lived up to expectation as the favored contenders, securing their respective under 20 100 meters title on Saturday's second J3A Carifta trials at the National Stadium. Terrelong, the reigning double sprint champion from last year's National Junior Championship, surged ahead of the competition to claim victory in the girls under 20 100 meters with a time of 11.25. The 16-year-old first-year Class 2 athlete finished comfortable ahead of Lacovia High Sabrina Dockery, who did a time of 11.49, and Mushet's High Sonoya Douglas 11.58. And in the men, Dunkley, a former standout from St. Elizabeth Technical High School, crossed the finish line in 10.32 seconds to secure victory in the boys under 20 100 meters, defeating St. Jago High Raheem Pinnock, who did a time of 10.44, and Calabar's Kamani Gordon 10.45. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this radio station. If you ever miss the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.